guys, welcome back to Beer Geek Nation. I'm your host, Chris Stelz. Thanks for joining me once again. What do you say we have a real big beer tonight? You know, it's 95 degrees out, 100% humidity. Hey, why not? Let's drink an 11% alcohol beer. Sound like a plan to you? Okay. Just have my hair did so I can let all the heat out. Tonight, we are looking at the Duck Rabbit Brewery out of Farmville, North Carolina. Duck Rabbit Brewing, they specialize basically in really big beers and, quote, dark beers, stouts, barley wine, imperial stouts, you know, stuff like that. But this is their barley wine. It comes in at 11% alcohol, so it's a gigantic beer. I've never had any of their beers, so this is the first one. Figured why not start big. So let me get into a glass for you, let you know how it looks, how it tastes, how it smells, give you the verdict. You know how it goes, so let's get into it. Okay, so the aroma on their barley wine. Ooh, yeah. Lots and lots and lots of malts. This is clearly a malt bomb, just a malt delivery system. I do also get some of the hot alcohol smells in there. Yeah, a little bit of fruitiness, probably from the yeast. Maybe from some of the malts doing that. Like some leftover sugar that wasn't processed or something like that. Yeah, very, very malty. Smells exactly how like a barley wine should. Just hot alcohol and barley. That's really all you get in this one. A little bit shocking, actually. Okay, so the appearance on the Duck Rabbit barley wine. First thing that comes to mind is iced tea. It's got that, you know, it is a brown. It's like a really hazy looking brown, like an iced tea. It's a little bit of carbonation. You know, you can't see a whole lot. It is pretty hazy in there, but there is definitely some carbonation. Very little head, but I would expect that since it is 11%. You don't get a lot of head on, you know, big alcohol beers. It's just kind of not the nature of them. But looks like this was bottle conditioned, so that would explain the haziness. You can't see anything through it. As far as barley wine goes, it's very kind of typical to the barley wine style. More so on the British side rather than the, you know, like a Bigfoot or something like that. So it's definitely very traditional to the style. Okay, the taste on this gigantic barley wine. My first impression is it's not nearly as malty as it smells. You know, you still do get a lot of that really just gigantic malt notes kind of just flooding your mouth. And this beer has body out the ass, but it's kind of funny. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. At the same time, you don't get a lot of malt. So it has a ton of mouthfeel, but at the same time, not a whole lot of malt backbone. And that's not saying it's there. It's just saying it's not real present. So it's kind of interesting how they got that to work out with this beer. There's some fruitiness in it. I'm assuming that's from the yeast. And I definitely get some of the alcohol flavors and some of the feel in the back of the throat. A little bit of hop bitterness in there, but it's nothing like, say, Sierra Nevada's Bigfoot or anything like that. You know, it's just very, very light. It's just kind of there to kind of complement the malt, you know, really, because the malt is the star in this one. A decent barley wine, not the best I've ever had. And I should mention this is at about 50 degrees, so, you know, it's pretty close to the ideal drinking temperature for this one. So as it warms up, I'm going to get more of those sweet malts, so I would expect that. But other than that, you know, it's a decent barley wine. Okay, the final verdict on the Duck Rabbit Craft Brewing, their barley wine, comes in 11% alcohol. I'm going to give it a B. You know, you get those plums and raisins and really dark fruits and just huge amounts of breadiness and just a ton of mouthfeel in this one. Definitely feel the burn of the 11%, so it's definitely a sipping beer. It's not a beer you can just chug. It's a horrible beer to be having in weather like this. I should have been having it inside in the air conditioning, but this is the Duck Rabbit Craft Brewing out of North Carolina. This is their barley wine, 11%. It's going to get a B from me, and remember, folks, life is too short. Drink amazing beers. Thank you.